one of your options for this little drawing could be an eyeball or an eye. The level of realistic looking nature to it that you want will really have to depend on how much shading you do. Keep in mind that the less shading, if it's all line, it's going to look a little more like a cartoon, and that is fine if that's what you're going for. But if you want it to look realistic, if you want it to look more like a person's eye, you're gonna have to do more value, more shading, and things like that. But we'll start very simple, and it doesn't have to be huge, it can be smaller, but sort of I always start with a circle. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. Just a little circle, and I don't even know if you can see that. Yeah, little circle. And then I'm gonna put the eyelids over it. So this would be an eyeball. We've shaded a sphere before. So same sort of idea or concept, but now we're gonna put the eyelids over it, and they sort of wrap behind the eyeball. Okay, and then next is the color, the iris, and the pupil. And the next thing I like to do is kind of come up a little ways and do the eyebrow, or at least know where it's gonna be. Like, it'll probably change as I shade it, but I want that. And then in the corners of my eye, you do have like your sort of tear duct membrane right there. And then the rest of this, guys, is just shading. It's all about shading. Right, so I've given it a little highlighting and some shadows, but I think I can go a little bit deeper. So I've got a different kind of pencil here, and if you have one, that's great. If you don't, it's all good, but I happen to have one, so I'm gonna go ahead and use it because I wanna make some of this a little bit darker, particularly the eyelashes. The pupil, and then a little bit of the shading, just to give it a little more depth and a little bit more variety of value. I'm just using my finger. Just to kind of lightly give a little bit more, just a touch. Just a touch. And there I have drawn my eye. Now, what elements of art or principles of design are highlights or stick out more about this? So think about that if you decide to do that one.